Hello Virgo, and welcome to your mid-October 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, and this is Tessa's Tarot. Before I jump into your reading, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a couple little anecdotes about the energy that I was feeling while I was shuffling the decks. Also, just so you know, I am using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and I'm using Influence of the Angels Tarot, and I am going to pull 11 cards from the Oracle deck, with one being your underlying energy, and I'm going to pull one tarot card for each Oracle card, and then 3 at the end to wrap everything up. So for you guys, as I was shuffling the decks, I was actually feeling a very, very focused energy, okay? I kind of feel like you guys are on autopilot right now. A lot of you are working and you're just kind of like, your head is just in work. And, you know, you could also be, your head could be so focused on work that you're kind of just doing things in autopilot. Like you don't even, because when I was like shuffling the cards, I was just doing it like second nature, kind of like when you're driving. And usually I really have to focus in on the energy, and I really have to I'm really, I really have to kind of tune into my intuition, but I didn't even really need to go that deep and that far down, I guess you can say. Like it was just kind of just coming to me, and the information and the messages was just like, I kind of felt a faster kind of energy. So this particular time, you might be experiencing the energies that are happening right now in the universe a little bit differently than the rest of us, because I am noticing that your guys' energy, it's not being affected by this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio the way it is with everybody else. Communication is such a huge obstacle right now, and the way that we communicate for a lot of people. But I'm feeling like for you, it's a little bit more clear. And it's a little bit more like just straight to the point. And, there could be a little bit of resistance. There could be maybe like you might have some moments where you're kind of, trying to put the words together. Like maybe your challenge right now is just like finding the right words and formulating the right sentences. But like once you get that together, you're able to communicate pretty clearly. So I'm not really seeing that as a big issue for you guys right now, whereas a lot of the other zodiac signs are being affected. I mean, we're all being affected by the energy that's going on in October differently, but it is very, very intense for some of the zodiac signs. So the intensity is definitely there. Okay. But I am feeling a little hyper. It's really weird, but I'm feeling really hyper. So now I'm really excited to kind of get into this reading, because I only have one more sign to do, which is Libra. And this is the most hyper that I've felt. I've already done all the other zodiac signs, and there was a big mix. There was a whole different bunch of energies that I was feeling with the different zodiac signs. But this is a first. Like I'm feeling really, really energetic with your guys' energy. So this could probably be a very kind of energizing, like from now up until the rest of the month, up through Halloween, and then a little bit into November. Like I'm feeling a very kind of fast moving energy. So let's go ahead and see what that's all about. Okay, I'm very, very curious. I'm very curious to see. Okay, so for your underlying energy, and if I didn't already say this in the beginning, I did pre-shuffle both of the decks. Just so we can get the reading going once I start recording and we're not like shuffling. So, sorry, underlying energy, we have union. Okay. So the first thing that I thought was that you are in union, like with your intuition, like you're aligned, okay? Like you're in union with your higher self, with your inner self, with your heart. Like you're kind of just in your body right now. You're in your body, you're in your emotions, you're just exist. You're just in that be element. You're in that I am element without like necessarily overthinking, just kind of talking and communicating and, going with the flow. So this energy, so I'm kind of now wondering like if this is, because I'm feeling things kind of pick up speed. So now I'm wondering if like we're going to hit a wall at some point, or like what's going to happen. But I don't know, like I'm just feeling things like things being in such a state of flow and consistent and just kind of like being in the moment and being really energetic, like so intense, this energetic energy. You could also have be in a union with a partner. So if you are, I'm feeling a lot of you are in a relationship and a lot of you have a partnership with someone, and the two of you are just kind of like feeding off of each other's energies, and you're kind of like lifting each other up right now, taking each other to new heights, really supporting each other, and really being in union, like how a partnership is supposed to be, okay? You're really complementing each other right now, okay? Okay, so let's move on. Strength. So we have the Strength card, okay. So kind of feeling like you can take on the, kind of feeling like you can, you know, you can get through you can get through anything. Like you can get through anything and everything. We have Kindred Spirits. So I do feel this is a connection with your partner, like you and your partner, lover, and if this is a friend, there's like a sense of a kindred spirit, like you feel a kindred spirit in them, like you guys are soulmates, and like you guys might be keeping each other energetic and like high vibes. So I'm getting some high vibes between you and another person, somebody who motivates you and somebody who just kind of like, they're almost like your other half, like you just feel a sense of kindred spirit with them. Celebration. Okay, so celebrating something. Maybe there's a birthday coming up, an anniversary, celebrating just time you're able to spend with your other. Hope. Hoping for something. Okay, I'm going to be interested to see what we're hoping for over here when I pull the tarot darks. What's a dark? Do you know what a dark is? I mean, aside from D-A-R-K, like the obvious dark, it sounded like a noun, you know, dark. I don't know, I'm going to have to look that up, see if it's significant. And then we have the Peace card. Okay, so there might be kind of, maybe because the weekend is coming up, it's Thursday, so you're feeling really energetic, the week is almost over. And you're just kind of like hoping for a nice relaxing weekend. You're hoping to find some peace. We have freedom, enjoying your freedom. I'm definitely feeling this card for you single Virgos out there, you know, kind of, and maybe even recently single, kind of enjoying your freedom all over again, rediscovering your freedom and remembering what it felt like to have wings and to just fly and to just be whatever and whoever you want to be without somebody telling you. And then if you are in a relationship and if you are in a partnership, it's also kind of about rediscovering and learning how not to let that part of you go while also being in a relationship, because sometimes like being in relationships can make us lose ourselves. But if you're with a partner who kind of like encourages your expression and encourages your creativity, they kind of like give you wings to be free and kind of do the things that you want to do. But I do kind of get a sense of like rediscovering what freedom means to you and rediscovering your sense of freedom. We have healing. So like by doing that, by rediscovering that side of you, it's going to bring some healing. It's going to bring some deep healing. It's going to bring some deep healing, especially if you were recently in a relationship and you guys broke up. Rediscovering your sense of freedom is really going to heal you. It's going to help you. And then we have shadow self. Okay. So this is kind of what I was like talking about and feeling. So maybe like towards the end of the month, I don't want, like, you're not going to hit a wall. You're just going to start to, feel some heavier emotions. Okay. And you're going to start to feel some other like shadow stuff pushing through. Your subconscious listening. Okay, so this is going to be a lesson in listening to those voices, and listening to what those, what your subconscious is trying to tell you. Listen to what is it that is creating these thoughts? Why are these thoughts coming up right now? Like maybe what triggered it, or something triggered it. and really kind of paying attention to the stories that you're telling yourself, the memories that are coming up in your head, the stories you're telling yourself, maybe some stories that other people were telling you. I also see this very much tied to like childhood. Like, you know, as children, we are taught to listen. We have to listen to our parents. We have to listen to adults. We have to listen to society. We have to listen to them. You know, we have to be this. We have to be that. We have to be that. And that kind of gets stuck in a loop in our head. And then, like, when we grow up into adulthood, it's like we believe that these are the things that we have to be. So this is also kind of about, like, listening to that now. Listening to all that stuff that's coming up in your head right now and really asking yourself, is this good for me? Are all these voices and things that people have been telling me all my life, like, is that even something that I want part of me? Is it helping me grow, or is it making me feel down? Because I'm feeling this is part of your shadow self, which means it could be making you feel, it could be bringing negative thoughts into your head. That you have to think a certain way, that you have to act a certain way, that you have to look a certain way, that you have to have a certain job, that you have to have a boyfriend, that you have to be married, like all of that. So it's like rediscovering, it's like listening all over again at what it is. It's like now you have to listen to that, and then you have to retrain yourself to listen to your heart and what it is you want. So I'm definitely feeling like, yeah, you should go out into nature, you know, go for a walk by the lake, go into the mountain, go into a meadow, go into a park, and really like sit with yourself and really kind of like sit with yourself for a moment, and really kind of reflect on these things that you have been taught all your life, that people have been telling you all your life. Things that you believe that maybe you shouldn't believe, or things that you don't want to believe anymore, or things that you know, and just kind of like look at how nature is just beautiful and perfect, and it just is. It just is. Okay. Whew, wow. You guys are like giving me hella energy. Okay, I'm going to start pulling tarot cards. So for strength, we have the Empress, Venus energy. Yeah, you guys are just, you're feeling yourself. In this moment, you're feeling yourself. You've got like, you've got strength, you're feeling love, you're feeling beauty. Like, you're just feeling yourselves right now. Look at this, Kindred Spirit, High Priestess. Wow. Moon, another major arcana, 2 major arcanas in a row. So this person that you feel a deep connection with, they're like, you guys are both very intuitive and highly intellectual spiritually. And you share a sense of like divine, you share this kind of like divine feminine energy, this divine knowing. I kind of see this as 2 people of the same gender. So it could be, it might not even be like a lover or a partner. It could be, if you're the same gender. So, but I am seeing this as a very feminine energy, like 2 people who are deeply connected in an intuitive and in a spiritual way. Like you can almost like read each other's feelings and like know what the other person is feeling or thinking. For celebration, we have Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. Okay. Yeah, you're probably just getting ready for the weekend. You want to go out. You want to have some fun. You're feeling passionate. You're feeling a lot of energy. Another major arcana. For hope, we have the Fool card. Hoping for a new beginning. You want to go on an adventure. I'm kind of feeling this is like the weekend. You want to go on an adventure. Let's see what this piece is all about. 7 of Cups, the Venus and Scorpio. But you don't know what you want to do. So it's like you want to go on an adventure, you want to go out, you want to go have some fun, but you don't know what. And you need peace. Like there's so many different choices. You're on this like high right now. You might end up just being like, okay, you pick. Like, I don't know. Or you might end up being a little indecisive. Or you might just say like, fuck it, and just like, let's try to do it all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that one, but I feel like you're looking at all these different things that you can do. And for the moment, okay, so I feel like in the moment that you're thinking about all these different things, it's bringing you peace because you don't have to think about anything else. Like you don't have to think about work. This is something, these things that you're contemplating on doing, this is something like not serious. This is like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to drink? Where do I want to go? It's like recreational. And the fact that you are in that moment, in the moment of only thinking about what you're going to do over the weekend, it's dragging you out of that feeling of being at work and being in that like autopilot, I'm at work and like focusing kind of energy. So the fact that like it is bringing your head completely out of work is bringing you a sense, it's like bringing you a sense of peace, but it's like it's like a trick. It's almost like a trick, because it's just kind of like replacing one thing with another. Yeah. But it's bringing you peace in the moment. It's just, but you might have a very, very, very deep sense of peace within yourself. And you're just kind of like following that along. Okay. I had to go back to that. It was kind of like driving me crazy. I'm like, no, I have to dissect this. King of Wands, we have Leo for freedom. Yeah, rediscovering your sense of freedom. You might fly over the edge a little bit here, okay? This freedom in King of Wands, it's feeling very, very, very feisty, like very, a little destructive. I'm not gonna lie, just to be honest, just a little destructive. Like you're really pushing yourself. Whew. So intense. So the intensity, okay, now I'm getting it. It's like the intensity of the energy that's going on right now. It's like going through, instead of you just like feeling it, you're like experiencing it. That's the best way to put it. You're experiencing this intense Mercury retrograde and new moon in Libra and full moon in Taurus and like coming up into Scorpio season. You're experiencing it. You're not really like just sitting there and stewing in it, or like thinking about it. It's just, you're like in it. You're like kind of in the whirlpool. For healing, we have Two of Wands, Mars and Aries. Yeah. And then, work week rolls around again and you have to learn how, and you're going to start taking deep breaths again. It's like having this crazy, reckless, destructive weekend and then going in the next day like, hey guys, I'm ready to go. What are you guys doing? Like going back to work kind of, it's like going back to work heals. You feel like it medicates that whole weekend of just like doing whatever. It's like your medicine. It heals you. Your work, your job, doing your routine, doing your thing, it's like your healing. It's your medicine. So let's see shadow self. We have Judgment, Pluto, Major Arcana. And then you're going to start being hard on yourself. And this is kind of what I was saying with the listening, because you have to listen to other people. So you're going to start being hard on yourself with this shadow self, you know, and you're going to like pray to the higher gods that you know, do like a good job at work and that you are the absolute best that you can be. Don't be so hard on yourself. But you have people around you who are helping lift you up, whether coworkers. But I'm feeling a sense of being tired, like a little exhausted, like your soul, like emotionally tired and drained. And then for listening, we have the Star card, Aquarius. This is the most major arcanas that I got. You see how like my energy is slowly, like I'm not talking as fast? Listening, you know, stopping things for a moment and listening. So the universe is trying to heal you from these negative thoughts. Okay? They're coming in to help you. You're at work. It's a work week. You're feeling a little tired this week because last week you were just like, you know. And they're like, this was instinctual for me to take these deep breaths. It was instinctual. So it's going to be all about just taking deep breaths. Okay. And like every single time you exhale, release something negative. Release like a negative thought or a negative feeling. Inhale the positive, release the negative. Okay. And the Star, Major Arcana, Aquarius, very healing energy, very healing energy. He's going to help you calm you down. Okay. I'm feeling a very strong sense of calm. A very strong sense of calm. It's almost like it's almost medicating. It actually feels like physical medicine. Another major arcana, Temperance. You guys are rolling with the universe, Virgo. For nature, we have Temperance. Get out into nature. It's going to balance you. I mean, the message isn't more clear. It isn't more clear. It's clear as day. Get out into nature. It's going to balance you. And things are going to start to feel your personal life, your work life, your inner world. It's going to start to feel more in line with the nature of the universe, with the flow. You're going to be in a more steady flow as you start learning how to breathe. Okay? So then when you go into work the next week, you're going to be a little more like steady and just in the flow without overdoing it. Okay? Just remember to take those deep breaths. Like I'm feeling this energy right now. And it's going to be important to take really deep breaths. Okay, so for the last 3 cards, we have 10 of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo. This is your card. Okay. The Hierophant, another major arcana, Taurus, and the Queen of Swords, Libra. And then under that we have the Wheel of Fortune. Like, Jesus. Alright, so we're going back to this union with yourself. And it's going to be so much more beautiful. Okay. Because it's going to be more balanced. You're going to be in alignment with what you want. You're going to be in alignment with success. 10 of Pentacles is about financial stability, success, everything, legacy. It's the want-all, end-all. This is your guys' card. You're going to be in alignment with that. You're going to be in alignment with your spiritual understanding. You're going to be in alignment with like the divine aspect of the physical world. The divine aspect of the things that are around you. Institutions, society, spirituality. You're going to be in alignment with your spirituality. You're going to be in alignment with what it is you want to communicate and how. Being more observant and a little bit more meticulous and strategic about what you want to express and to whom. Okay? So, Virgo, wow. This is my reading for you, okay? I hope this reading helped. Holy shit. I'm gonna do some meditating now. And hopefully you will like and subscribe. And I will see you in your November 2020 tarot reading, and we can see how the story unfolds. Okay? Bye.